Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Books and Stuff and my name is Des. I am going to give you a recap on my New York City girls trip. We stayed at a place in New Jersey. It had a beautiful view of the city. I do not know how to post pictures while I'm doing this. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do that with you. We had tickets for the double-decker bus. It was called Skyview, I believe. They are out of business. Do not get tickets for them. They are out of business. The big bus tour did honor those tickets. Being somebody who's rode in Top View a million times, I'm going to compare the two for you. The big bus tour makes fewer stops to places that are like the tourist attractions, but their complimentary, where they tell you what's going on in the city and what the different stuff is a lot better than Top View. But Top View has more frequent stops and stops at all the tourist attractions where you don't have to figure out where you're going to get to them. I've been to the city a million times. I know my way around, so it wasn't as big of a deal for me. But if it's somebody new who's going to the city, that will be a problem. So I definitely do recommend Top View, unless you're going just for the history of it, not planning on getting off the bus. Then I would say the big bus tour. It's 50-50. I felt we paid more for the big bus tour, or these tickets that for the business that was out of tickets, I was just glad they honored them, than we would have for the Top View, which does more frequently stops and gets you closer to where you probably want to be. We got off, we went to the Strand, which is my favorite bookstore of all time. It's 3 or 4 floors, and it is absolutely amazing. I purchased some books there. We then got back on the bus and we got off at SoHo, where we did a little bit of shopping. We would have liked to stay longer, but the last bus ran at 5 o'clock and we were meeting the rest of our friends to go to St. Petrus Cathedral. Which, if you've never been there, I've been there a million times. It's a beautiful place to go. I definitely recommend going there. Whether you're a Catholic or not, it's a beautiful church. I'm not Catholic. My grandparents were. I always go in and light candles for them. And it's a donation to go in. $5 donation, or $3, depending on what you're going to light and what you're going to do. So, we went back, Friday night we ate at Coppola's. Coppola's is a wonderful Italian restaurant. It's one of my favorite places to go. It is on 3rd Avenue. And I will link that address down below and the website for that. The same thing with the double-decker buses. I will link that below. Phenomenal. We had a wonderful meal. We had some leftovers. The service was fantastic. I did not have any of the wines, but 2 of my friends did, and they said it was very, very good. So that was fabulous. Then we went to the house on Saturday. We built Legos. We just had a great time of having our conversation and whatever else. Sunday we left a little later than we expected, but we went to the Stardust Diner. It is an experience. The waiters sing. It's very Broadway. A lot of them get picked up. Great place to see. I do recommend only getting an appetizer or a dessert and not getting a meal because it's very, very expensive. It was $38 for a burger and fries and a soda. One of our friends had French toast and she's paid almost $20 for that. So, and then they also asked for donations to put into a container to help pay for their singing classes or acting classes or coaching or whatever else on top of your tips and your tax. So it's very, very pricey. So I would definitely recommend going for an appetizer, like everybody splitting an appetizer and putting some money for that, or a dessert versus a meal. Then our plan was to walk the Brooklyn Bridge, which we did not get to do. I have done it before. I highly recommend it. There's a lot of little shops on the Brooklyn Bridge. There's supposed to be shops on the other side of it that I have not found yet. But that is going to be my next trip. Even if I got to do it by myself, I'm going on doing that. So we got to hit some of the shops. I found something I really, really liked at SoHo. It was $10. When you were in Times Square, you were paying $25, $30 for that same exact item. So I do recommend, if you want to go into the inner little shops and get novelty things, to do that in like SoHo or Little Italy and not in Times Square and right in the center of the touristy stuff, because you will pay twice as much for the same exact item. I never did get the thing that I wanted because I couldn't find the color I wanted in Times Square where in SoHo they had a million different colors of what I was looking for, and they didn't only had blue in Times Square. So I was unable to get that. So I was really disappointed about that. So, like I said, we drove in, we stayed in New Jersey, we had a wonderful view. We took the New Jersey Waterway ferry. It was 10 floors, 10 or 12 floors. There was like 120 stairs to go down into the ferry, but it was amazing. I would have loved to do that at night. I was not looking forward to walking back up all of those stairs, but I would have done it, and I would have loved to have seen that. There was supposed to be a bus that would take you into the city from one of the corners we were at. We were not able to figure out that schedule, but if you went to the Port Authority, you could pay $3.50 to get the bus back to where we were staying. The ferry was about $9.50, $10 per way. But once you got off the ferry in Manhattan or in New York, they had buses that would take you to the destination you were going to. The buses took about a half hour, 45 minutes to get from there to Times Square. It's 42nd and 12th isn't that far from where the ferry drops you off at, and if you go right down 42nd, it would take you into Times Square. So you would be able to walk it, and depending on how fast you walk, it could be quicker or more, depending on how fast you walk and what your schedule is, how much you'd like to walk. So those were the points of what we did, the highlights of what we did. We also had lunch on Friday at John's Pizzeria. I'm going to link that down below too. It's John's in Times Square. It is the best pizza, in my opinion, the best pizza in New York. I absolutely love it. So I will link all of those things down below, but that is my New York trip. Those are my pointers. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and if you have any questions or any comments, I'd love to hear it and what your thoughts are. So please link that below. Have a wonderful day.